Dr. Shauna Dingman from Elevate Women's Health Center in Port Perry, and today I want to talk about what I think are probably the 5 best health trends for 2019 for women. So let's get started. The very first one that I'm going to talk about is vitamin D plus vitamin K. So if you're not on the vitamin D craze, vitamin D I think is probably one of the most important supplements you can take, bar none. In our climate in North America, where we live in Canada, there is no possible way we can get enough sunshine to generate enough vitamin D for healthy cell function. And that is what we know. Vitamin D isn't just for bone growth anymore. One of the most important things that vitamin D does is it helps your cells work normally. So it helps healthy cells be healthy, and it helps unhealthy cells basically die. And when you're not getting that working properly, that's what can contribute to sickness. The thing about vitamin D though is that there's a lot of confusion out there because people are wondering whether or not there's a calcium issue where vitamin D, the way it causes calcium to be laid down in the body is causing people problems. Here's the thing, as long as you take your vitamin D with vitamin K, then it shouldn't be an issue. Vitamin D helps us to lay calcium down in the body, which is awesome for your bones, but it's not good if you're a cardiac vessel, for example. What vitamin K does is it helps your body specifically lay that calcium down in the bones and not in the vessels. So if you're going to take vitamin D, make sure that you take vitamin D plus vitamin K. And the other thing I'm just going to say about vitamin D is if you don't know what your vitamin D levels are, if you've never had them tested and somebody has told you just take 2,000 IUs a day or just take 3,000 or 4,000 or whatever it is, get it tested, because you need to know specifically what your needs are with vitamin D. It is, sometimes it's covered by OHIP, but if it's not covered by OHIP, it's a very inexpensive test to have done, and it's probably one of the single most important lab tests that you can do. We do it here in the office if you need it done, but if you're at your medical doctor's, just ask them to add it to the requisition and pay I think it's $35 or something like that to get it done. That's the first one. The second health trend is intermittent fasting. This is one of the most highly Googled subjects in all of 2018, and for really good reason. It's become a really effective way for adult onset diabetics to help manage their diabetes. A lot of people find that it helps brain function and concentration and focus. If you're using it for weight loss, it can be a very effective tool to kickstart your metabolism. And it's not that intermittent fasting is making all of these claims, but what happens with intermittent fasting, and basically what it is you create a window of time where you don't eat anything. You don't eat any food. You don't eat anything that is going to change your insulin levels. And insulin levels are changed by anything that breaks down to sugar, which where we are in North America is almost everything that we eat. You're giving your body a rest, your digestive system a rest, and what it does is it forces you from sugar burning into fat burning. So like I said, intermittent fasting is not specifically a tool to heal certain things or to manage certain things, but it can become a really good side effect. This is something we actually, my husband Craig and I actually teach a full workshop on. So if it's something that you're interested in and you want to figure out a different way to put yourself into fat burning, to lose weight, or just basically to help your body work better, check out the events page on our website, so elevatewomenshealth.ca/events, and just keep your eye open for the next workshop. We just finished one, so there won't be one for another couple of months, but we will definitely be doing it. Third strategy is HIIT training, HIIT. It stands for high intensity interval training. You may have heard it called burst training, you may have heard it called Tabata training, but honestly, it is the new way for training. No more spending an hour on the treadmill or spending 45 minutes on a stationary bike. This is quick, it's high intensity, it uses little or no equipment, often uses your body weight, and it is such an effective way of getting stronger, increasing core strength, and burning calories. Basically, what you're doing is you're driving your metabolism, your heart rate way up. So into the sort of 80-90% range for a very short period of time. So for 30-second or 1-minute bursts, and then a short rest, and then another burst. You can do a full Tabata training or HIIT training workout in anywhere between 7 to 15 minutes. And what it does is it puts your body into fat burning mode, they say, for about the next 36 hours. So, as opposed to spending an hour on the treadmill and not really noticing any difference, who wouldn't want to spend 10, 12, 15 minutes doing something at high intensity and just getting it done for the day and getting way better results? I've been doing this for the last probably 3 years. I used to be a long distance runner, and I switched to this because I just found that I didn't have the time anymore or the desire to be going on 1.5 hour, 2-hour runs. And I can tell you that it works great. I am just as lean as I've always been, but I am much stronger than I was when I was simply running, because it works all different parts of your body and it forces your body into different adaptations that will help your core strength increase and your overall strength increase. You can Google this. Go on YouTube and just check for people like Natalie Jill, Shaun T, the Betty Rocker. I can't remember what her real name is. It's Bree somebody or other, but they are all excellent HIIT training coaches. They've got tons of workouts. What I love about it is that when I didn't have, my kids weren't old enough, for example, for me to go to the gym in the morning, I could do these workouts literally on my bedroom floor. And it was one and done before the kids ever got up. It was awesome. So that's your third strategy. Fourth strategy I want to talk about is self-care. I talk about this all the time. So you may have already watched a video where I've talked about this, but you putting you first as a woman is probably one of the single most important things that you can do for your health in 2019. No more guilt, no more shame, no more feeling like we have to be at the bottom of the list. It's that oxygen mask principle. You are no good for everybody else if your tank is constantly getting depleted with no fill-ups. So take some time to figure out, what do you love to do? What fills your cup? And then block out the time in your calendar regularly to do it. And do it without feeling like you have to ask for permission, like you've got to explain yourself, like you've got to justify it. There's no justification here. This is about you being healthy and knowing that you deserve this. So if you need permission, permission granted. Blanket permission granted. You can do this and you should do this because you are worth it. Fifth strategy is, and of course it's my favorite, get a chiropractic checkup. It seems like everybody is seeing a chiropractor lately. And when you look at the list of celebrities and professional athletes that go to chiropractors, there is a reason for it. They all say it's because it helps their body work at peak performance. So whether you're an athlete or not, what chiropractic does is it helps your brain and your body to communicate as effectively as possible. And when you do that, your body will be able to get the most out of your body and your brain function. So let me tell you what a couple of experts have said about chiropractic. So fitness expert Dr. Joyce Furdell says chiropractic helps athletes and people working out, engaging in a sport, or even just performing daily functions such as walking and sitting. Do you walk? Do you sit? To operate at their peak levels of performance without pain. You've probably heard the name Venus Williams. She is a 5-time Grand Slam tennis champion. She says chiropractic gives me the flexibility I need to keep in the game. Supermodel Cindy Crawford, honestly one of my favorite people in the world, said that after she had her kids, it was only natural to have regular chiropractic checkups and to go for regular chiropractic care to keep them healthy. These are people who are used to thinking and performing at the top of their game because they have to. Their livelihood depends on it. Well, you know what? Your livelihood depends on it too. You being a woman, you being a wife, you being a mother depends on you operating as well as you possibly can. And when chiropractic can help connect your brain and your body through your nerve system, you will be amazed at the difference that it makes in your life. So those are my 5 top health trends for 2019. I really encourage you to check them out, engage, and pick what 1 or 2 favorites you want to give a try or look more into. If you have any questions at all, you can email me, Dr. Shauna at elevatewomenshealth.ca. You can find me on Facebook, Shauna Dingman. You can find me on Instagram, Dr. Shauna Dingman. You can message me through Messenger, or you can always find me through my website. I would be happy to help you in any way I can. Have an amazing and super healthy, best year ever, 2019.